Today's investigation is brought to you by a witness. His name is Bud. He camps here in Wells, New York, located in Adirondack Park. Wells was settled in 1798, was formed into a town in 1805. It has a population, a very small population of 683, with almost no growth over the past 50 years. The major industry here, education. It's the educational system, which employs 29 people. The town is known for being extremely private, quiet, and some would even say a ghost town. Wells's beauty was just as beautiful back during the 1812 war. The war between America and the British. The town of Wells was extremely concerned with attacks from the natives, so they completely vacated the town, leaving only one family behind. Why did they leave? Why did they take so long to come back? And when they did, why didn't the population grow? Is there something holding them back? Is there a secret? Is there something they're hiding from us? That's what we're going to look into today, with a full interview of Bud and his experience, and a tour and experience of our own.
Nah.
Oh, wow.
No way. No way. I mean, this one I could see could have fallen from there. But this is a healthy tree.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly a lightning strike, but do you hear that?
Yeah. Just scared the living shit out of me.
All right. That was a quick one. That was a tap, tap.
That was close.
Yeah, that was like right over there. Wow. That's not natural.
All right, we're invading somebody's space.
Yeah, we're in someone's space for sure.
All right, well, let's move on then.
Yeah.
This is where we jumped in our cars and we drove off pretty quickly. It was a little unnerving to hear that sound. Let's take another listen. What do you think?
All right, Bud. We can't not talk about what just happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to talk about so much with you. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on that. That kind of came out of nowhere.
I wasn't thinking about
I wasn't expecting that.
any type of experience.
No, me neither.
I thought we're going to look at some evidence,
Yep.
Have a great conversation, and then we ended up in the woods, and I just had my first Class B experience.
Yeah.
So that was
yeah, that's, I mean, there's a lot of downed trees and branches, you know. It got hit pretty bad with storms, but that one didn't look natural.
right.
And, you know, as you can see in the footage, the one tree, it was the biggest one that, you know, I was pushing on. That was a healthy tree. So, you know, lightning, windstorm could have put that one down.
Right.
But the other ones that were leaning on it, those were branches, and, you know, something or someone put those there. You could tell that. That was not a natural fall. And then, you know, something made it obvious that,
Yeah,
leave my stuff alone.
that's right.
So
So we went close to the structure. You started grabbing on it.
Yeah.
And saying, this isn't natural.
Yeah.
And I took a step back so I can get the whole picture of you, the entire structure. And literally right next to us, I say within 20 feet,
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard a sharp two knock
Quick knock. Knock knock.
on wood.
Yeah.
Wood on wood.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a woodpecker.
It wasn't a woodpecker. No, I hear
Um,
woodpeckers every day when I walk, and
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
knock knock.
And it seemed to happen as soon as you grabbed that
soon
tree
as
and said, "This isn't natural." The two
Yeah.
knocks.
Yeah.
And I felt that was our warning shot.
Yeah. And it was down like a little, not a ravine, but a little hillside there.
Yeah.
And it was coming from down there, but it was close.
Yeah. So chills straight through my whole
Mhm.
body, and I just wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Because
I looked at you and you looked at me, and we were both like,
time to
yeah,
go.
time to
go. And we were out in the middle of nowhere. I mean,
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
nothing going on down. 2 empty campsites. A couple
Mhm.
hunting camps were further out. They were empty. So the scene is 2 men alone in the woods, finding a structure of trees, investigating to see maybe this has some connection to Bigfoot, and then we received a warning to leave.
yeah. And like we were saying, right across from the campsite that I usually go to, where I recorded the audio of all the knocks and the tree breaks and something walking around,
Right.
whatever that may be, who knows, but so it kind of puts the puzzle together that the knocks were coming from somewhere. Maybe they were coming from that area, who knows.
Right.
Well,
it kind of connects everything. When we were
Yeah.
further down, and I'd say a half a mile, quarter of a mile down the road at the second campsite, I heard a distinct 3 knocks.
yeah.
And I'd say maybe 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes later, another distinct 3 knocks.
Yeah.
And then when I was telling you about it, I heard another 2 knock, and I said, something's not right here.
Yeah.
And we left that area, and that's when we ended up down the other end. So, very interesting. That shocked my.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. I've been up there so many times, and I haven't seen anything physical as far as whatever it is making these, but I'm pretty confident now that there's something roaming around in that forest that is behind all these sounds and these knocks and what have you. But
I'm with you.
That really added to the mystique.
Yeah. And then something I noticed on the way in, way out, we've driven through town, we've been to the firehouse, the municipal building, the church, we've gone by a separate pond / lake with many residents on it. One thing I have not noticed all this time we've spent today here is I did not see one statue, one flag, nothing Bigfoot.
No.
It's like
No.
they're not advertising.
No.
It's a refusal of advertisement, as if to say maybe there's something to hide.
Yeah. Well, maybe Wells doesn't want that.
True.
Or maybe they are hiding. I don't know. But I tell you,
every
time I go up there, I get some kind of experience, and some of it pleasant, some of it not so pleasant. I had a very unpleasant evening up there once. That was the last time I was up there. I don't know what happened, but something got under my skin. It wasn't, fear. It was a very, I was filled with dread. Why, I don't know. I still don't know, but I was telling you, I don't really get into the woo side and the paranormal side, but something happened up there, and I can't explain it. I saw an orb, and I had a very bad night, and I had to talk myself into staying, and I did, but there's something is up there in those hills. I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid up there, but I think today, we turned another page as far as, there's something.
Yeah.
There's something up there.
Agreed. Yeah, I didn't. So, and that's a good point that you said about fear. And I was thinking about that as we were driving back here to chat. Was I did not feel afraid
No.
the entire day. And we were in the woods. We were out there.
Yeah.
We were doing some investigations. We were looking around. We heard some knocks. I didn't feel afraid. I did feel warned.
Yeah. Yes, I definitely got that.
And I had an overwhelming feeling of, you need to leave this area,
Mhm.
right? But it wasn't as in I was afraid for my life.
No.
It was a fear of, I'm invading somebody's private space.
Yep.
And I need to leave.
Yeah. I definitely got that feeling. Can't explain it, but as soon as I heard those 2 quick knocks, it's like, okay, I got it.
Yep.
I'm leaving.
Time to go. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, because I'm still a little shaken up about that.
Yeah.
My blood pressure is still a little high.
Can you imagine if that was the middle of the night or something, though?
Oh, right.
Wow.
Yeah. Then what do you do?
That's that's a thing that bothers me. People that always go out at night. I'm like, 3 of the best sightings of Bigfoot have been during the day.
Just share a little bit about yourself,
Okay.
whatever you'd like to, and then just tell us about your experience that you've had here in this area.
Okay. Well, my name's Bud. I live in Syracuse. I'm married for going on 27 years.
Great.
I have 3 boys. My oldest is 25, college graduate, wonderful young man.
Mm-hmm.
My second boy is 24. He's about to get his master's degree in education from Notre Dame.
Great.
And my youngest son is at Plattsburgh. He's in his junior year. Their names are Buddy, Danny, and George. Sorry, I forgot that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my wife's name is Nora, and she puts up with all my shenanigans. Middle September, we decided we were going to go up and camp at one of the camping spots up there. So we went up there and got the site set up and everything, and had a fire and had a couple beers, and we both woke up about 3:30. She said she thought she heard something outside the tent, which, is like her. She's not much of an outdoors person, but so I said, it's probably a deer or a squirrel or something laying there. We're, both still asleep, and it's quiet, and out of nowhere I hear knock, 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 wood knock coming from my left side, so it would have been over that way, and then followed by knock, 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 another set of wood knocks coming from this side. And it was as plain and as clear as I'm standing here talking to you. And the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I was, I've watched Finding Bigfoot and all those shows, and I was like, oh my God. And my wife, God bless her, she says, let's run to the effing car.
Right, yeah.
And right then it was like, I kind of knew that, yeah, there's something going on up here. This was the first night camping, but I had a feeling that there was something not quite right. And I never really explored up here. It was the first night that we spent up here, but I got an eerie feeling the first time I came up here that something wasn't quite right. That's when I decided to start having my recorder or my phone recording audio the whole time, and I just remember how dark it was that night. I remember waking up and I had my hand in front of my face, and I literally cannot see my hand. And then I turned my light on with my phone, and it was just total darkness.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Wow.
But then I would come up on the weekends, and I never really went out looking. I just would come up, set up my tent, claim the spot. Again, it's free, but you have to claim the area.
Right.
And I would just come up and claim the spot. And if it was early in the day, I would go and maybe drive into one of the towns and, kind of do my thing, maybe go on a hike or something. come back when it was later in the day, build a fire, have a couple beers. I never bring food into the area. I don't want to invite bears or whatever.
Right.
I make that a rule, no food allowed. And then I would just settle in and have a couple beers and, you know, do the fire. And then when I go to bed, I would turn the audio recorder on my phone on and set in the flap, the window flap in the tent, and just let it record all night. And then almost like clockwork, 3:30, the action starts.
Yeah.
You know. And
I heard the clips that you sent me. That was
yeah. And the funny thing is, I'm asleep. I don't even know what's happening.
I could hear you sleeping.
Yeah, you can hear me, you know, and usually because then I'll get the recording and I walk a lot, you know, for exercise and whatnot, and I'll listen through my earbuds and you listen, it's just like, so I don't know. But I mean, my hunch, if it is a Bigfoot or, you know, whatever, the lake is right there. The highlands right behind you. So they're coming down maybe at night to get to the lake for water. I don't know.
All right. Well, I just want to take a quick little scan through the ground to see if there's maybe any prints close to here.
Yeah.
If they're passing
I've
through.
looked for that too. It's really not that conducive for it.
Yeah.
Especially in the fall. But
Now, Bud and I have taken a look around a little bit. We're going to continue to do so. We'll share the video and the audio with you. A few things I want you to look for. Well, you're going to see that the camera color tone of the film changes a few times. Never seen this before. Never seen this twist and bend in a tree before. The trees blocking our road. There's so many different pieces of evidence.
yeah, a lot of this is wind damage, but sometimes it's like, you never know, you know. The way they fall, it's like, is that natural? Is it, you know, a lot of these trees are really old.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
Oh, there's a stream right there.
Huh. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Got it. Wow. Ugh.
Yeah.
Here's the.
Yep.
I mean, if you look, there's nothing that would have brought it down.
No.
And there, I mean, when I took the pictures, there was nothing else around here at all. This is all new stuff that fell. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. There's no other big branches laying on it. There's nothing around it. Man, it looks like a bomb went off through here.
Yeah, it does.
It's really bad.
Yeah, it looks like maybe somebody's collecting something here.
Yeah. There were quite a few snaps down that way too. That's why I kept stopping. Now the thing I was thinking with this snap, because I think this is fairly new, because I would have noticed this, but this campsite over here, I've camped in here a couple of times. Like I said, I have never had anything, something like that.
I mean, look at the size of that tree there and the twist break on that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm walking in indentations here.
Yeah. That are already there.
Yeah, they're just old.
That's what I mean with the pine needles, and you don't even know what you're Walking right over.
I mean, this is all,
Yeah.
I mean, indentations
Like
everywhere.
Something was already here, yeah. Look how they're all, I mean, I know nature is a funny thing, but how they're all uniform,
Yeah,
crisscross, you know?
I'm with you on that.
So here I wanted to take some time to look around and see if we could find any prints. I did find some animal activity from other animals, but I did not find any Bigfoot prints. There was some times where maybe under the leaves there was a print,
Woo!
as in an indentation where my foot felt like it went into another footprint under the leaves. Possibility, but we didn't check. With that said, in this area, it did feel a little weird. I felt a little uneasy, and I wanted to take some time to kind of scan the area with the camera, with hopes that going back and looking at the film, maybe we'd discover something. I haven't discovered anything, but I want you to take your time and let me know if you see anything.
You hear that? They're knocking 3 times twice.
What's that?
I heard a knocking 3 times
Really?
twice. Come from that direction. You hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an animal or...
Sound like a frog.
What is that?
Kind of like how it goes up under the leaves like that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like a duck. I'm looking at this one here.
Oh, right.
See what I mean? Like how it like
Goes
pushes
in.
up
Yep.
under the leaves. And it looks like maybe an arch like
Yep. I'm with you.
like right here. Like something pushed into that mud
Yep.
right in here.
Yep.
See what I mean? Something big too.
Yes, sir.
Today I think really solidified
Yes.
what I, kind of thought was going on, that, there is something there and it was relatively close by, and I think that's what I was recording, that there's something in the area. I don't know what it is. I can't say for sure.
Appreciate you sharing those clips with me because I
No
did
problem.
take the time to listen to them. And it was very compelling because you could definitely tell you were sleeping in your tent.
Yeah, you can hear me snoring.
I could hear you sleeping.
Yeah.
But the other part is hearing something outside of your tent. There was definitely something outside of your
because
tent.
I put my phone in the flap, in the window flap of the tent, so it won't move. I won't rub up against it. I won't bump it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but it'll pick up anything outside. And you can kind of tell if it's me, you can kind of tell if it's me moving or what, or if it's outside,
Right.
you know. And now that you've seen the area and you hear the clip, you can kind of, okay, this is where the sound's coming from.
That's right.
You have a visual of the area, you know, it's kind of easier to picture everything.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it just wasn't natural, right? And it wasn't like a raccoon or something small. There was something out. It could have been a bear.
Could have been a bear.
But it could have been a Bigfoot,
Could
right?
have been.
So there's no way to determine one way or the other. But I don't see a bear picking up a piece of wood and knocking it against another piece of wood. So I think,
and like, you know, I told you I don't bring any food in, and I don't want that to be a factor.
right.
It, you know, a bear could wander, but a friend of mine, you know, who's another researcher, he said if it was a bear wouldn't have stayed around. The bear probably wouldn't even come in because there's no scent to draw him in. And if it was there, a bear would have realized there's nothing there and just moved on.
Right.
You know, but so.
Very interesting. And then the tree down today in the middle of the road.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I forgot about that.
As if it's a warning, hey, do not come down this path, right?
And that was just up from that campsite too.
That's right. Yeah. So I think we came across some pretty compelling evidence.
Yeah.
Brand new, groundbreaking evidence today.
Yeah.
We could say, and I can literally say that I've had my first Class B experience.
Yeah.
I felt it in my soul.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when you know that something is very close by telling you that you better move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I felt, like you better move on. And I've never had that experience before. You know, everything has been kind of past tense. Even with the audio, it's like, oh,
Right.
something was there. But I wasn't in the, you know, I was sleeping and I'm hearing it later. Like, oh yeah, that, you know, 2 weeks ago when I was camping, something was moving around, or you know what I mean?
Right.
And you know the footprint that I cast, it's like, okay, when was this made? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so everything was before, but this was like now, right now.
Right.
Something is very close by,
Yeah.
telling you that it's not your day. We had an experience today. Now, is that solving the issue? No. That is saying that in this area,
There's activity.
there's activity
Yeah.
that people may have not known about. For me, it kind of solidifies that I was, you know, 50-50 that there was something going on. But now I'm, you know, 80-20.
Yeah.
And I think the people that, you know, they're out at night and they're looking and they're doing this, and I don't think you're going to have much success with that. I think, you know, getting your fire going and sitting around and talking and that, I think that's more interesting for a Sasquatch that might be in the area, might be watching you.
Right.
And then maybe the next day, if you hear a knock or you hear something moving around, then go out, look around your campsite. You might find evidence that something was there. I can't seem to, you know, convince people, and you were like, let's go
Let's go check it out.
check it out.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for that somebody finally came up here. And I was expecting, okay, I'll show you this, and then we'll talk. But it's like, look what happened.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think what you're doing, I think is wonderful.
Well,
You
I'm
know-
trying to tell the story in a different way,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to really bring in an audience that isn't here.
Yeah.
I'm really, when I listen to podcasts, and I listen to a lot, and I watch a lot of videos, I keep, to your point, I keep seeing the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again. I do truly love the storytelling. Did you watch the Keen video that I did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that type. I really like that. I thought that came out great.
That that came out very
we
good.
could tie something in with
Yeah.
like a real experience like we just experienced
Yeah.
with something like that,
Mhm.
which includes some history,
Yeah.
a connection between the town and the actual reality of Bigfoot, and then tell that story, a story that people can relate to
Yeah.
and
See,
understand.
I like that you're hearing the story and you're out there. You got boots on the ground.
Yeah,
You're going like today.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen one. I got crappy audio
Yeah.
and a couple of pictures, and you're going up there with me, and this is the most I've ever had happen.
Yeah.
And you're filming. That's remarkable.
Oh, time.
Yeah, no problem.
And keep in touch.
I will.
And
I
I'll be
will.
back. Wells is on the map now.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely. I will too.
Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem.
Yep.
It's been great.
All right.